All right, Sue Hell with Sun City Running. We're here with another college signing athlete, Sulliman Rodriguez. You signed with Central Arizona College. You're going to be a vaquero, which is real
Yeah.
cool. And you know, congratulations. There's a whole lot of stuff that goes into this whole process. It can be wild, sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. But we'll jump right in. One of the things that, I was very fortunate enough was to talk to Coach McLean about your story. And he always had high praise when talking about your story because it's freshman year Solomon is completely different to senior Solomon. And one of the things that he talks about is your maturity level that you have now, and the demeanor, the character that you have now is, in his words, a phenomenal one. Um, do you feel like that played a part in, your decision making process for, picking a college? And if so, kind of talk to us a little bit about that process.
Um, you know, Being really close with McLean, he's I gotta give him my credit. He's guided me along the way for quite a while, And when it came to colleges, uh, you know, we both talked about it, and overall, I was just looking into, still staying close with family. I do
Mm-hmm.
have family in and you know, also just starting off fresh after high school because I feel like for me, it's been a lot of growth.
Absolutely.
It's been a lot of progression. Yeah, and um, I don't want to go into college. Having to start that all over again.
I
Having to
agree. I agree.
step into alien grounds. You get me? So yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I felt.
What can you tell us about CAC, or, Central Arizona College? What is it about that program that you feel like they had the best to offer you? What was it that what is it about this program that you're just like, you know what, this is where I want to run. This is what I like. This is what I feel just feels right.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I looked it up on Google. I was like, good programs in Arizona, and they popped up. I looked into it. They won a lot of NJCAA titles.
Right.
They have a lot of good runners in track who go on into um, I'd say their junior year in college, um, who get bigger scholarships later on to
Right.
their athletic career, and I feel like from what I've seen here, with Eastwood, um, they definitely hold up to the spotlight where they build their athletes as well. I feel even talking to the coach from Central Arizona, he told me um, that he doesn't recruit uh, you know a lot of he doesn't recruit like full packages. He builds it in a way. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
No,
Like
yeah, for sure. I like that.
he doesn't go out of his way to recruit a lot of international athletes. He's looking for people you know nationally or in the region who had a lot coming out of high school, but he wants to build him into a better athlete. And it's coming, like I said, from McLean, who I guess giving the man the credit, he knows how to do that. He knows how to build his athletes. I saw a lot with that. So
Awesome. Awesome. And was this process more stressful than you imagined it to be? And what did you find the most difficult when navigating, trying to pick a college that best fits you, the program that because you always want some sort of similarity to what you have because you're most comfortable, but at the same time, you kind of want to get out of your comfort zone to find something that can challenge you too. So was it, again, I'll reiterate, was it more stressful than you thought it would be? And what was the most difficult thing for you about this process, about finding a college?
So it was honestly, you know, finding the right college for me and thinking what would be best for me. For sure, I was getting I was getting some offers from, you know, Kansas and if I can recall, from all the way from I think Utah
Okay.
or like a lot of a lot of other colleges up north, northeast. I I like the opportunity that was given, but I mean, I personally like, I don't want to, go all that. I don't want to journey all the way over there and, have to, deal with a lot of things, a lot of challenges that come with, finding yourself in college, I
Right.
want to, I
Right.
want it to be smooth ride. That's what I mostly, implemented,
I
so
like
as
that. I
possible.
like that. And we'll kind of get into now some of your high school progression. Um, a couple of major things to point out. We'll talk about your progression in cross country from junior to senior year because to me those are most notable, and as well as in track. Um, in 2022, your best, which was at the Torneo Sanelli meet, you're running a 17:11 5K, which I'm not knocking you, okay, because you're still a junior. There's still a lot of work to be had. And again, talking to McLean, he really talks about your ability to kind of mature, not in just running, but in other aspects of your life that kind of helped give you the push. And then fast forward 1 year, you're running varsity on one of the best teams in the city. You guys are very well known within, the region of Doom, 6A. And again, fast forward, you're running a 15:39, your senior year, which, I mean, holy smokes, we're talking about close to 2 minutes PR. And then as well this year in track, this is a different Solomon that I've ever seen out of the 4 years you've run. You go from running a 4:36 at TDF, which is a great mile time, you know, again, fast forward a year, you're running a 4:22 PR at Chandler and in Arizona, where you'll be running soon. Um, what can you say and talk about this level of jumping, in times and evolution of you as an athlete? What can you say is the reason for it?
Um, I feel like I really got into my comfort zone this year, this season. Apart from last year. Um, I also had, a lot of people that I basically grew up with in this program in the team. I basically had had a team that I was there with like from the start, from my freshman year to sophomore year, and we all coming into my senior year, we all got together for like we really did get close, and every day, especially from the start of the summer, we all just you know we all did our own thing. We all took it. We didn't take it serious enough where we'd be stressing ourselves out about it. No,
Right.
we were all in our own comfort zone. We were all like together as a pack. I feel like that's one thing that helped me out with this cross country season, and going into track definitely too. Um, we still practice together like almost every day, and it was just a good way of bonding, especially for me. Like going and running, with people. I mean, I think it makes it a whole lot better than just running by yourself, training by yourself. So I feel like, I mean, overall, one thing is just just not feel stressed, be as comfortable as possible, and get together with people and train together, make each other better for sure.
Definitely. And you talk about your comfort level, you definitely looked a lot more comfortable being uncomfortable as far as, uh, you know, cross country is such a team based sport. and track is as well, but it's more individualized. So it allows us to kind of see the runner a little bit more, and they're kind of their flair, the way they run. And you talk about the um, comfort level that you had. You definitely saw it there. You definitely took more challenges. You weren't afraid to be uncomfortable. So you were kind of comfortable being uncomfortable, so to speak. And I'd like to talk a little bit about, your relationship with McLean. And again, I go back to it with some of the conversations I had with him. And he always spoke highly of your ability to buy into what he was telling you, um, learning to navigate the load management, not just with athletics, but with academics. Um, what can you speak to those? You don't have to give us, detailed conversations, but what can you speak to that relationship and how he helped you navigate those things throughout high school?
From the jump, McLean, I guess he always saw something in me from what he tells me. And I do remember the first day, first practice I went to, uh, he he told me he was kind of there. He saw me, throughout my middle school season for cross country, and he told me he saw potential in me, and he told me like if I stick with running, and if I really put my if I really put my heart and mind in it, like I could go a long way with it. So here we are now, and um, I kind of did exactly that, and I feel like McLean was a part of my building process. Becoming the person I am, becoming the person I am now,
Right.
and it's been a long journey, but I mean, yeah, like I said, I got to give it to him. He's been like pretty much there with me the whole way. So I feel like me listening to him, me doing everything he's told me to do. It's paid off. The hard work's paid off, and I'm honestly I'm so happy with the times that I've gotten this season, with how
Mhm.
much I've improved with the placement I am. As far as how good I am in the city, in all the way to the state. Like it's it's been a long road, but um, yeah, he's just been a huge part of the whole thing for sure.
And you talk about where you stand in the state and the city. Those are definitely some high accolades to possess. When you're talking about overall runners and not just in El Paso, but the state of Texas. But kind of backtracking a little bit, talking about some of the things that McLean helped you with throughout the years, and what you've done individually as well. With what you know now and what you've learned on how to deal with what I was calling, load management for academics and athletics, what would you tell freshman Sulliman if you were to go back in time and say, you know what, this is your key to success? What would you tell him?
I probably that's a good question. I'd probably say a lot of things. I'd probably tell myself that you know it's a long process, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be hard at first, but if you keep with it and you do everything the coach tells you, like you'll be you'll be one of the best. Like one day, and that day will come for sure. To keep going with anything and everything that you're doing. Especially with school, and your journey isn't going to end the way you think it is. It's going to be much more better than what you think it is for sure.
Awesome,
So
awesome. And how do you feel like all of these lessons that you've learned, all of the maturity, the progression, uh, things from McLean, from family, friends, how do you feel like this is going to serve you in college and in what way?
uh well, from many things I've learned, I feel like I feel like this is going to serve a great deal, going into college. I see the experience I've had, which is a lot, I think. Um, and I feel like it's going to carry so much, into my college career. I honestly can't wait, to be able to, run 8Ks and, in track, do indoor and run maybe like the 1500 meter or, the 3000 meter. Who knows? I just know that, from what I did this season and, from the many experiences I've had from the past, it's all going to carry over a lot. I feel like I'm ready for sure.
Awesome, awesome. And you talk about all these great races. I mean, different animals, right? And I personally think you'll be well prepared. I think you're going to be well prepared going into college, and I think that your coaches. And I've done some research, and I think he's going to do a well and great enough job with you to help you achieve some great things in some of those races, hopefully. But what is some of your personal goals going into college? What are some of the things that you want to gain from running at a collegiate level? Maybe not just from, a PR standpoint, but maybe from like a mental standpoint as well.
Um, to prove everybody wrong again, you know, and to I guess prove myself wrong, surprise myself.
I like that. I like
Uh,
that.
yeah, and I guess to have fun with it for sure.
Awesome.
Um, I mean, I can't go into this without, not like enjoying it.
For
I
sure.
mean, that's honestly how I felt this entire time with running. Like I've enjoyed it a lot, and you know, I want to set the standard again, and have as much fun as possible, even during the races. And also, like have a stronger bond with the team ahead of me. Like um, be able to work together for sure. Get more experience with training and racing as well. So
Right on, right on. And last thing, I close out all my interviews with this question. Um, what would you say to any future male or female athlete in a similar situation to where you feel you've progressed as an individual in high school? What would your advice be to them, as well as when it comes to picking a college?
um, with running, I'd say my advice is, if you love it, you know, um, work hard for it, like dream the biggest things and work for it and it will come. Work hard and it will come for sure. And you know, and one thing I like to think to myself a lot is when you're having a hard time with something, just keep your head up, like just keep on going with it and obviously don't give up. So
Right
with
on.
colleges, yeah, with colleges too, I'd say, it doesn't really matter what kind of college you go to as far as athletics is. I mean, you could go to a D1 college, you could go to D2, D3, the list goes on. But I mean, as long as you're focusing on you, like just overall with the team you're looking for and with the coaches you're looking for, go for it. I mean, it doesn't really matter, you know.
Of course, of course. Well, thank you so much for sitting down. I think it was such a fun process, kind of getting to dive a little bit deeper into, Sulliman Rodriguez, and some of the progression and things you've dealt with in high school and, how it ties into picking a college. Um, I know your family, friends, and coaches are extremely proud. Uh, you're getting ready for some much warmer weather than what you're used to here in El Paso. But I have no doubt, someone who represents El Paso, that you're going to do an even better job of representing El Paso. So congratulations, and I look forward to seeing the progression there as well. So thank you again for
Appreciate
sitting down and talking.